Please welcome Myonic.
Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Nick Titus, co-founder and CEO of Myonic Technologies. We have designed and created a wearable device that allows paralyzed users to regain control of their muscles. There are over 6 million Americans who are paralyzed. That's about 1 in every 50. And paralysis isn't just something that you're born with or happens to you early in life. The average age of someone when they become paralyzed is 41 years old. Nobody expects for this to happen to them. It happens through weird incidents and freak accidents. The leading causes of paralysis are spinal cord injury, which everybody here in Boulder, Colorado loves to ski and to bike, but those activities can often leave people with life-changing injuries. The other leading cause of paralysis is stroke. There are almost 1 million strokes every single year, and the vast majority of those leave the person fully or partially paralyzed. Now, medically, what it means to be paralyzed is that your brain can't communicate with your muscles. Your brain's still working fine, and your muscles are still running, but there's nothing telling them what to do. There's some loose wires in between that don't let the signal be passed. Now, day to day, what it means to be paralyzed is that you can't do all those little things we take for granted. This is Travis. He's a family friend of mine. We've been talking for the past couple months. He, after a diving accident, became a C4, C5 quadriplegic. He's paralyzed from the chest down. He can make broad arm movements, but does not have the dexterity in his hands and his fingers. It means he can't do those little things, like get a cup of coffee, or brush his teeth, or use the restroom by himself. He can't feed himself, or hold a loved one's hand. Now, there have been previous approaches to try and tackle this problem. You've most likely seen coming out of Ivy League engineering labs these big, clunky metal exoskeletons. And while these can sometimes be a solution, we don't believe they're the right solution. The first flaw is they're expensive. These are million-dollar research projects to develop this technology. Secondly, they're time-consuming. It takes a whole engineering team weeks and weeks to calibrate them for each individual users. And finally, they're not accessible. If I'm somebody who's paralyzed, it doesn't even make sense for me to hope for this solution for myself unless I'm one of those guinea pigs who gets selected to be a part of the study. Now, we believe that these approaches are looking at the problem the wrong way. They're adding motors to the body. But the body already has motors, the muscles. The problem is that they're not connected. And that's why we've created a system that reconnects the brain and the muscles to bypass those broken connections. We've created the patent-pending Myonic Move. Our device uses a voice control system to control a user's muscles. It sends electrical impulses so somebody can close their hand or bend their arm, all under their own power. Our device is easy to set up. It takes about 15 minutes out of the box to get it working for each user. It's customizable. Somebody can implement their own commands and their own contractions for what best fits their daily use. And most importantly, it's non-invasive. Somebody doesn't have to have a crazily expensive surgery to get it working for them, and they don't have to lug around this big, heavy exoskeleton. This would allow somebody like Travis to be able to do those little things by himself. Somebody reached out to me this morning, actually, after an article was published about us yesterday and in this morning's paper. This person's wife has had a stroke. She loved painting. That was her passion and drive in life. But after having a stroke, she lost the ability to hold the brush in the right way, and she lost the ability to pursue her passion. We're going to start working with her next week to allow her to regain the ability to pursue her passion. This is an example of a contraction caused by the device simply by saying a command like up. And this works with somebody who's had many forms of paralysis. Now, you may be asking, how are we going to get this device through the FDA? I mean, we're electrocuting people, right? Well, not quite. This is a TENS unit. You can go to a drugstore and purchase one for about $30. And what it does is it sends electrical impulses to your back, or if you've had a sports injury, to try and alleviate that pain. Now, we've just taken this same technology and made it a heck of a lot smarter with the voice control system. So we'll be able to fit our technology under that same regulatory umbrella. So the FDA isn't looking at anything new. We're a team of backyard rocket scientists, basement developers, garage engineers, who have all come together towards this common goal of reconnecting the brain with the rest of the body. We are the youngest entrepreneurial team to ever be a part of the Boomtown system by a couple years. I'd like to think we're a pretty scrappy and resourceful team, and that's why we've been able to do all of this, build our entire prototype for $79.50. That makes what we're doing disruptive. It means we don't have to go through traditional medical distribution. We don't have to go through the bureaucracies of insurance. We can sell our solution directly to the consumer. So we can be more intimately connected in their use of the device to make sure it's working right for them. And while we have a team that's ready to tackle this go-to-market strategy and advisors who will lead us through the process, our device works today. We could be helping people today, which is why we've decided to make our technology open source. As of next week, thank you. This time next week, we will be releasing the schematics and instructions to build our device so that anyone, anywhere in the world can build this for themselves and start being able to pursue their passions by regaining their muscle control. So we can build a better product, and more importantly, so we can start helping more people. The Myonic move is the first step towards a future where paralysis resembles nothing like it does today. While we've started by contracting the muscles in the arm, our technology will one day allow someone to stand and even walk under the power of their own muscles. And while we've started by creating a voice control system, we are currently developing a system that allows a user to control their muscles with their facial gestures and their thoughts. Thank you. If you're interested in what we're doing, I'd encourage you to reach out. I'm Nick Titus. We're Myonic. Thanks for listening.